We got to talk about the Briana and Kail drama. It just never ends with these two, y'all. It really doesn't. Just when you think that like it's finally over or this, that, or the other, a new story comes out. So I did watch like the second last episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, but not the most recent episode. Okay. I have to get caught up. But apparently, on the most recent episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, Briana has surgery to get her tubes, what was it, tied or taken out or something like that? I think it was tied. And which is a great thing, right? She's already got two daughters. Unfortunately, she's not raising them in the best circumstances. They both kind of have these deadbeat dads. Devon tries more than Lewis, but he's still kind of on the deadbeat spectrum, right? So she said, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not taking another risk, which I think is very formidable on her part, right? But instead of just basking in that and being happy for herself, she decided to bring Kail Lowry into this over on the gram. Shout out to Teen Mom fans for this photo. Actually, shout out to the Reddit girlies because I saw this screenshot on the Reddit. Okay. So Briana had taken to her Instagram stories and she made this post. Baby, there's no way in hell I would ever want to bring 7+ kids into this world. Married or not, that's crazy. My 2 kids is more than enough. Maybe, with all the time she saves from not raising 7 kids, she could enroll in grammar classes. There's no way you can give yourself to that many children. I'm already having a hard time with 2. Also, kids are expensive. I want to be able to give my kids whatever they want and not have to worry. Plus, I couldn't risk the chance of creating another broken home. It's not fair. Listen, I think that what Bri is saying is fair, right? I think it's perfectly reasonable that she feels this way, right? That she doesn't want to just keep popping kids out just to pop kids out, right? Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. However, when she does the whole 7 kids thing, this, that, and the other, it's very obvious that she is throwing jabs at Kail. Kail, who famously has 7 kids by 4 or 5 different men. And when Bri already has a reputation of kind of being low-key obsessed with Kail, it gets kind of weird, right? She could have said 6 kids, she could have said 8 kids, she could have said 9 kids, but she had to say 7 kids because Kail has 7 kids. And I really want to know what y'all feel about this because I don't know. At this point, I'm like, girl, you're always running after her exes and this and that. Listen, even if you're right, that is not smart and it's not fair to be popping out kids left and right with a bunch of random men. I don't know. I think she could have chosen a different number, Bri. Why did it have to be 7? And then, of course, we all know one thing about Bri is she likes to instigate things, then go running, right? What do we say about her? She's the girl who antagonizes a fight at the cafeteria, but she would not bust a grape in a food fight. When things actually happen, she's not actually doing anything because she's scared. Do y'all remember the infamous reunion episode where this was when the news broke that she was with Javi? They were wearing these matching shirts to Lincoln's birthday. It was disgusting, right? And so Kail, she's ready. She's squared up, ready to fight Bri, right? And she's backstage, come on, Bri, let's fight, Bri, ratchet Kail. And Bri, she keeps on ignoring it. She's no, she's just looking at the ground. She's so scared. Kail is in her face. And this girl who is so she's so big dog, big and tough on the internet, she's just looking at the ground. She's too scared. And then all of a sudden, she's got a friend with her. I think it was Shirley or something like that. And then Bri had Pepper Ann, holding her back. And then Kail leaves. And then you have Bri, who was trembling like a chihuahua in the corner before, who comes out, that's right, Kail, you better leave or I'll smack the ish out of you. Really? And then Kail comes back, right? Kail's looking for a fight. She goes back to trembling, looking at the ground, can't do anything. And then all the girls are on the stage. Kail is on the stage. There's an audience. And here comes Bri, who was just hiding from Kail this entire time, twice now, who comes running out, knowing that there's security, knowing there's a bunch of people in between the two of them, knowing that her sister's behind Kail, ready to jump her. What's all that stuff you were saying back there? You're not going to say it with all the cameras. Remember that? Remember that? Like that was, Brie is so embarrassing to me, right? Because sometimes she makes good points. Sometimes she's right, but she's just so scary, right? If you really feel this way, Brie, say it with your chest. Keep it up. She posted this and took it out within like no time, right? Because Brie is still a PUSSY. She's still scared. And it's so annoying. If you're going to pick a fight, stand on it. Stand on it, Briana de Jesus, because this is not cool. You've been going after this chick, throwing rocks, hiding your hands for years. It's weird. It's giving stalker at this point. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Let me see what some of you guys have to say about it. Okay, you guys. And thanks so much, Sweet Bonjour. So nice to see you here. Jaleesa says, it's a Gemini Pisces beef. It's going to last forever. Really? Is it? So which one of these is a Gemini? Oh, so wait. Kail is born like March, April. So I guess she is the Pisces? No, she would be the Gemini, right? Kail is the Gemini? Oh, that would explain a lot. Is Kail a Gemini? Oh, and I can't make that face because Julie says you're Gemini too. I'm sorry. It's just automatic. Anytime I hear the word Gemini, I freak out. Oh my God. My bad. But it's mainly Gemini men. It's mainly Gemini men. Angie, your dog is so cute. Tanisha says, I thought it was over for good with Briana and Kail. They both need to grow up. I agree. But to be fair to Kail, I don't think she's mentioned Briana in a long time. And I think it's typically Brie coming after her with this like weird obsession thing. Great Panda says the show shouldn't be on pause. It should be on cancel. Listen, I low-key agree. Like I have to like force myself to go and watch these episodes. It's on life support. Brie says, I think that is so smart. I don't see why she would want more kids. Super responsible. And I completely agree. Why couldn't she just take the good press, keep it on a positive note? Like, why bring it to this like ugly level that it did not need to go to? Quada says Gemini and Pisces are the same people to be. Oh, do you? Listen, I don't know enough Pisces people to like be able to really say. I'm trying to think, do I know any Pisces? There's some star signs that I never meet. Like, I don't really know Pisces people. I don't really know Aquarius people. Like, and I think there's another one that I don't really know, and I forget it even exists. Steph says Soup's taken out, but she could solve it. Okay, so she could go the Mackenzie route if, one day she finds that kind of relationship and she feels like having more kids. But I don't know. I kind of feel like Brie is over it at this point. Brie says, I thought her post was true. I know. I can't stand Kail, so I'm biased. Let's keep it real. Kail isn't even really giving her kids her all. She has nannies, friends, and men watching them. And that's the thing. But why bring Kail into it? I feel like she could, listen, maybe it's just the number. She didn't have to say 7. She should have said 5. She should have said 8, 9, or 10, but 7 was off limits. I don't know why she had to take it there. And she did it on purpose just to go and delete her post, and play innocent. I don't know why people think it's about Kail. Like, come on, Brie. Not you, Brie. The other Brie, the TV Brie. Acacia says, definitely a dig. Briana stays talking about Kail and getting with her ex-spouses. Exactly. It's obsessive. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised like one day if, how like Amber Rose was beefing hardcore with Kim Kardashian for a while, and then like they popped up on like social media with like a selfie saying that like they made up. I truly would not be surprised if one day these two made up. Like, remember, they got their like BBLs together the first round that they went to and everything. Like, they did have a friendship history, and that's why this is so like deep with them. But I do kind of, for some reason, I kind of see them like bouncing back one day eventually, because if you really do not care about a person, you're not going to keep mentioning them over and over and over. I think that Brie low-key wants to be Kail's friend for whatever reason. Courtney says Brie's 100% right, but the shade right after Kail's breakup for being cheated on is low. Exactly. Why take it there, Brie? This is your moment. Like, people are rooting for you, and you have to, link your own great moment to Kail, right? Especially when Kail just got this procedure done too. You could have gotten this before, but you saw Kail do it. Now you want to get it done, like, I don't know. She's giving obsessed. She is truly giving obsessed. Andy said she wouldn't be able to accidentally get pregnant though. Yep, that's exactly it. And you know what? Thank God for that, because these girls are not sleeping with the right kind of men. Like, you got to be careful about the type of men that you are hunching with. They cannot be unemployed DJs. They cannot be unemployed men who don't even know what they want to do in life, right? They got to be men that at least have something going for them so you can get them for that damn child support. Bridget says, okay, Brie, clock it. That was a dig. Exactly. I mean, she's not wrong, but Kail lives rent-free in her head. You see, it's all it's a one-sided beef at this point. And I know that Kail brought her ex on her podcast and this and that just to, but that was at the height of the beef. She hasn't said anything about Bree since. Just saying. Hey, Kelsey, so nice to see you. Daniela says Bree's a little big. Damn. The struggle is real says, I felt that she was subliminally talking about Kail in that scene. Also, she was talking about her in the scene as well. I'm going to have to go back and watch. I thought she was in her soft girl era or something, even though I fast forward past her scenes. Just saying, it did not last long, did it? Like, are you about it or not? Exactly. She will always antagonize things, right? On the internet, but in person, she's going to hide behind her sister if she can, or behind anybody that she can find. And I find it to be pathetic. Listen, it's kind of like Candace from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Yep. And she'll insult you. She'll say the ugliest things you've ever heard. But the second that you confront her in person, it's tears. The second you mollywop her, it's tears, and she's a victim. Please. Right? Okay, so Jaleesa has a star sign. Apparently, Bree is a Gemini. I'm sorry, Jaleesa, for your people. This is bad PR that Bree is a Gemini. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. And Kail is a Pisces. So Kail is a Pisces. Listen, I thought I was supposed to like Pisces. I'm really surprised that Kail is a Pisces. Because the people that I think that I should like the most are Libra. And I'm talking about women, right? Libra, Virgo. I love Virgo women. Love. And I don't know Pisces, but I thought I should like Pisces or something like that, and Cancer and things like that. I'm so surprised.